Johnny. How are you doing today?
Good, good.
Well, thanks for sitting down with us and answering some questions on your newest project, the Mamaluke. Can you tell me about it?
The Mamaluke, it's just what he is. You know, it's a guy who, let me put it this way, if you play poker, it's the guy with the second highest hand, which means that he's the one that loses the most because he believes too much in himself, in his cards, whatever. And that's what Lou is, Lou Mamaluke.
Yeah, I've seen your 3 episodes, and you're just a genius. You just completely embody the whole character, get lost in it.
Thank you.
And Marie can't be here right now, but your on-screen energy is fantastic. How is it working with Veronica, or as your wife?
Veronica's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, actors, we got a nice little ensemble here because everybody really gives to one another, and the passion is here, the energy is here. So what happens is it rubs off. I mean, generally speaking, actors are generous people to begin with, and as artists, when you're generous in your art, it shows. It's really not difficult at all.
And in your current episode, you've had an opportunity to work with the closest thing to the king, Sean Flesh. So tell me, how has that been for you?
Yeah, Sean's a great guy. He's very personable, knowledgeable, and it amazes me at all of the information and trivia and what he knows about Elvis. I mean, besides the public persona, this man knows, I mean, what Elvis liked to drink in the morning, or if he preferred tea or coffee. I mean, he knows every intricate thing about Elvis's life, and then he incorporates it in his art, in his work, and he's terrific to work with. I'm really having fun with him.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. It's like the Sean disappears and the Elvis comes out. It's kind of eerie seeing that, isn't it? Yeah.
A little bit.
And in this episode, Mark and Ben, Mark's directing this episode with Elvis. How is that working for Mark, Mr. Mark Riccardi?
Oh, I don't know how it's working for him.
Yeah?
How it's working for me.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit like root canal without Novocaine.
Yeah.
You know, because you know what happens. No, I'm only kidding. He's good. Mark's been around enough sets to know what he's looking for and how he wants the scene to play out, and what he's good. And Ryan, the DP, worked with him on the other 3 episodes. He's terrific. So, you know, these guys know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. I have no complaints.
So how did you come to work on this project with Mark?
Mark called me a couple of years ago, and he said that he had this idea and he wanted to do this, do that, and then I said, well, you know, sounds good to me, let me know. He gave me a script, and I said, yeah, okay, I'll get involved, creative, you know.
So also, as Ben and Mark, as the creative energy behind the Mamaluke, where do you see this going?
Yeah, well, Ben Fury's a nice guy. I met him a few times, and great writer. He has a sense of comedy. He's a New York guy, so he knows kind of what's going on, you know. And look, where it goes is another story. I mean, everybody's saying the business needs content, and you know, so hopefully they'll Mamaluke's will land someplace. I mean, it should. It's got you know, it's got a lot of things going for it.
Well, I love you. Your honeymooner's Jackie Gleason vibe. I zeroed in on that immediately, and you're just such a pleasure to watch. Now, your time as Goodfellas, can you share with me a little bit about your experience with the Goodfellas?
Goodfellas happens to be the type of creative situation that happens once in a lifetime to a guy like me, because I really had no resume to speak of, and I didn't even consider myself an actor. But in doing Goodfellas, and the success of Goodfellas, and the fact that a movie like that 26 years later is still being spoken about, and I happened to have one of the really nice scenes in the movie, and De Niro being who he is and generous with the scene with me, created a career for me that I never knew I even had, and have, and I'm very pleased personally to be involved in art, such as making movies, because it's something that it came out of the blue. I didn't know that I had the ability to do it. So Goodfellas was the avenue that brought me into it, and believe me, it was, like I said, once in a lifetime situation.
Well, we love your work, and I can't wait to see you in this next episode that's coming up. And so, thank you very much.
Okay, nice. Thanks for those words. Like I said, to me, I have. Well, I got a little surprise for you too. A little preview of what's going to happen in this episode. Ooh. Am I the king or am I not the king? Oh, be tight. Did honeymoon in Vegas too, you know. I could have flew out of them planes like a flying Elvis. No, don't you think?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.